Hey listeners, you're listening to the Midnight Readers podcast. Grab some tea, a midnight snack, and cuddle up in bed as we dive deep into today's most popular fantasies, sci-fi, and mysteries. We're your hosts. I'm Lily.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Christy.
This season we'll be discussing the cultural phenomenon that influenced the entertainment industry for generations with its cult following. That's right, hold on tight, spider monkeys, we're headed to Forks.
When you can live forever, what do you live for? This podcast. You live for this podcast. Also, maybe the vampire who takes a shine to an innocent girl. Welcome to Sparkle High. Let's go.
In this episode, we'll be discussing Book 4, Breaking Dawn, chapters 19 through 25, where Bella exchanges her humanity for a sparkling existence as a vampire and future mother-in-law to her ex-situationship.
Before we get into it, this is your warning for major spoilers ahead. This includes potentially all Twilight materials, including the movies, interviews, and companion books. We're also avid fans of the Moss universe and might accidentally let spoilers slip for other popular romantasy book series as well. Sorry in advance, like the other seasons, this podcast is rated R, so be warned.
Also, a friendly reminder to please like, subscribe, and follow. You can find us on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, and YouTube. You can also join our growing community on Patreon for bonus content and more.
All right, so we're back on Book 3 with Bella's perspective.
Book
again.
4. Oh, well, never mind. Book 3. I thought you meant Eclipse for a second. I was like, wait a minute. We're way beyond Eclipse.
Breaking Dawn, Book 3, Bella in Book 4.
That is so confusing.
Yeah, but we're back to Bella's perspective, and we start with a quote. Personal affection is a luxury you can have only after all your enemies are eliminated. Until then, everyone you love is a hostage, sapping your courage and corrupting your judgment. Orson Scott Card, Empire. Thoughts?
There are always enemies.
All I could think of was, do I have enemies? I was like, have all my enemies been eliminated?
There's always haters.
I have lots of personal affection. I know, right? There's always going to be a hater. You're right. But have you guys ever read Empire? I've never read it.
No.
But I know of it.
Is it part of a Ender's Game?
I have not a clue. Is Ender's Game?
I know it's got at least 4 books, but I'm not sure what the others are called. I know that one starts with an X and...
Ender's Saga. Let's see.
I think it actually has more, but I know at least 4.
Empire. I don't see it under the Ender's Game saga. Somebody can correct us if I'm missing it, but I don't see it there. But I thought that was an interesting quote because clearly what she's trying to set up from that quote is like, we still have the Volturi looming behind us.
Yeah.
So even though her life is supposed to be a fantasy and she's supposed to be happy now that she's a vampire and she's got her baby and she's got her wedding and she's got her family, there's still a lot that's going to be happening despite how little happens in this section.
Oh
Can we just say, just personally?
Get ready for a very short episode, people.
Yeah, I feel like we start with the experience of Bella's turning, which is...
First, she describes some of the birth, which I could have done without.
I'm surprised that they did, but I
had enough.
I kind of understand it, though, because we go from excruciating birth pain to that she can't really feel because she's got her back is disconnected or whatever. And then we go to venom being injected, and then she's in so much pain, like right after that. And then pretty much that whole chapter of chapter 19 is just, oh my god, I'm in so much pain. Oh my god, I'm in so much pain. Oh my god, this is unlike anything I've ever felt in my life.
And I can't move. And
where is my little Edward Jacob?
Yeah. I do have to
not
say,
Edward Jacob.
The first time I read this was pre-diagnosis, and the second time I read this, obviously, is post-diagnosis. And one thing I have experienced as a diabetic is waking up from a coma but not being able to move, and my body feeling extreme pain, although I usually feel extremely cold and not extremely hot, but it did hit a little different reading it this time around because I've actually experienced that. And the laying there and screaming in your head, trying to communicate and not being able to, I felt that.
Yeah, kind of like sleep paralysis, I guess. I haven't ever had sleep paralysis, but it sounds like it, except 10 times worse because there's pain.
Yeah. It's like your body's waking up, so you get all that tingly feeling, and it's really sharp, stabby. Yeah. It's fun. It's totally fun. But yeah, no, it's just, it hit differently reading this time around.
I bet it did. And I think, well, I mean, like the idea of just being stuck there.
It's scary, not being able to move.
Yeah.
I will say the other thing that I kind of related to was the having conversation, like hearing people have conversations, and you're like, no, elaborate, please. Elaborate.
I think the whole experience that Bella's having is simultaneously horrifying and also really interesting to read. I think that Stephanie Meyer does a scary good job of making things feel awful on the page, but also at the same time it almost feels so awful that I'm like, this can't be real. You know what I mean? Like, she describes the pain as one of the first quotes is, reality was red and it felt like I was being sawed in half, hit by a bus, punched by a prize fighter, trampled by bulls, and submerged in acid all at the same time. That's page 369. And then after her body has fixed itself a little bit and her spine is reattached and she feels her legs, then it's doubled. Yeah.
It gets worse.
And it gets worse somehow. Like, oh my God. It's awful.
When she comes out of this, are y'all picturing her any differently than when she went in? Because I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, what I'm picturing is the movie, to be honest.
She, to me, even, like, what's her name? Kristen Stewart went to sleep, and then she woke up a little bit paler. That's about it. But
she woke up like with makeup.
But in the book, she's like, yeah, my voice has changed, and, you know, all the flaws, except for maybe my lip is still a little off, but I feel like almost a different, she can't see Charlie because she looks so different. And I'm like, you got a little paler. That's what I'm picturing.
When she does see Charlie later, the thing that confuses him the most is her voice or something like that. Or she thinks that's going to confuse him the most.
Yeah. Which I feel like she's always thought of herself as this dumpy human. And now she's like, well, now that I'm a vampire, I'm so much prettier. Woohoo.
Now I'm gorgeous.
Now I'm gorgeous.
And it's okay for me to believe that because it's true.
Yeah.
I think one of the wildest things is that this whole, almost all of this section is her just going, wow,
it's so
I can
different.
See a lot. Yeah. And I can smell a lot.
And I can stand. God. I can stand for hours. And I don't have to sleep.
That was such a funny... when she's like, I could stand here forever and it would be fine.
But humans don't do that.
Oh my God. And Edward's no longer cold. He's warm.
Yeah. Room temp.
Life changed. Edward is no longer cold.
And I experienced his voice for the first time. And, oh my God, I can see every little facet of his skin.
I just think if I was a vampire, I would be miserable because I would see and hear so much all the time.
Yeah. I'd be like, give me some earplugs, please. And
for real.
Maybe some sunglasses because it's too bright in here. And what is this 8th color of the rainbow?
If we consider it for a moment, no wonder Edward is such a fucking stick in the mud because he's fucking sick and tired of this shit. And he's sick and tired of having to hear everybody in his head, too. I suddenly have like a whole different understanding of Midnight Sun.
It's funny because did y'all ever watch Man of Steel?
No. The
No?
Superman?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Oh, God, no.
I know this is crazy, but I don't like Henry Cavill, so no.
Well, I like comic book movies, so I watched it not for Henry Cavill. I didn't even know who he was when I did, but
I mean, same, but
there's this scene in the beginning when he's a little kid where his powers start to overwhelm him and he hides in a closet because he can see through people and he's hearing all these things.
oh yeah.
And that's how I feel like it should be, that she's overwhelmed with all this
Yes.
noise.
Yeah.
And yet
yeah.
she's like, very distinctly, I can hear a fluttering heartbeat and another heartbeat and another smell and this. And I just take it in all casually.
What I think probably the way that Smire would argue is, well, their brains are like evolved enough to handle all that stimulation or whatever.
Well, you gotta
There's
learn
26
how to use your
pairs
brain.
of chromosomes. But
you gotta learn how to use your brain.
Yeah. But what I thought of was, like you said, my stepdad is mostly deaf. He has been mostly deaf a lot of his life. When he was young, he was submerged in, he was really sick and he had this crazy high fever. And I guess that was back in the time period. Well, it's kind of late for it, but they submerged him in a bath of ice cold water and it burst his eardrums. So he has really bad hearing, or at least that's the story I've been told. He has really bad hearing and he can only hear really out of one ear. And so his whole life, he's been mostly deaf and he can hear voices okay. He can read lips really well. But when I was in high school, we saved up some money and got him hearing aids. And I remember seeing him like a week later and being like, so how do you feel about having like hearing things? And he was like, I actually didn't really like it because I could hear the fan whirring and I could hear myself stepping on leaves and it was really fucking weird and everything was super loud. And I was like, wow, I had never thought about that. Like at the time, I had not even conceived that. I was like, oh my God, all I could think of was, of course you would want to hear everything. But he was like, well, I already hear everything I need, you know? And so he was just like, that's enough for me. Not to be ungrateful, but like, he just didn't want to hear it to that degree. But, you know, it was just, that's how it should be for Bella. Everything should be like, whoa, like, you know?
As somebody who gets easily overwhelmed by noise, I totally understand that.
Yeah. And for me, it's like light. If anything is super bright, I get
same for that
super
too.
pissed. They replaced the light in our kitchen a few weeks ago, and we had a really nice yellow light. And now it's this LED, like, bright hospital light. I walked in and I was, like, mad. I walked in from work and I was like, what the fuck? And Johan was like, it's the same, it's fine. And I was like, it is not the same.
Yeah.
It is not.
Yeah. We do the Govee lights. No, I'm totally the same way. I prefer natural light. So
we have the Govee lights too, because I can mess with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I, like, right now we have just the Christmas tree on because it is the perfect lighting in the living room.
Yeah, right?
But I feel so much of this section is just her experiencing what she's already experienced, but from the perspective of her new life.
Yeah. And her going, this is so different. I've never experienced anything like that before. So different.
Actually, I felt like this whole section was filled more with the same shit over and over of, oh my gosh, she's so different. Oh my gosh, she's so special.
That too.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever acted like this before, but it's because nobody's ever spent a fucking year planning to be a vampire.
That too.
Yeah, most people are turned against their will.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. And so she turns into a vampire and everyone's waiting for her to like maul someone and nothing happens.
But it's like every other second, it's like, she did that. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Yet another. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, leave it alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I thought it was funny because they're all like, oh, you must be so thirsty. And yet Bella's sitting there going, oh, my husband is so hot. I could just touch
She really
him
is.
all the time.
She's waited so long for that.
I was like, surprised she's still really horny.
That's all she thinks about. Like, if you need to distract her, just, Edward, take off your shirt.
Yeah.
And she was actually frustrated that the morning after the cottage, she was frustrated she was going to have to go see her daughter.
She was like, oh, right.
Ugh.
She actually
Like she
sighed like a fuck. Yeah.
Well, like she did want to see her daughter, but she was also like, I have to wait all
Yeah.
day to come
Like,
back
oh my
here.
God. Can we just never stop? I don't.
And
She
also,
literally said, I foresee no mundane reason to stop.
literally. And
Like your daughter.
yeah, like your daughter is here. You just gave birth to her. Do you not want to spend some time with her?
Yeah.
Every time she's in the room with her, the poor fucking rheumatoid arthritis is like, I just want to touch you. And she's like, oh, okay, come here, honey. But it's almost like she has to be reminded, your daughter is there. Like,
your daughter
hello?
exists.
Mhm.
Your daughter exists. She's not your son. You think
I'm
that?
really surprised.
I wonder if she had turned out to be EJ. If she would have
Yeah.
paid more attention to him.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. Because I'm like, you would think that she wouldn't want to give up the baby to Rosalie or Jacob, that she would, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Some women don't take to being mothers immediately, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that Bella really wanted to have this baby.
She did. The way she
Yeah.
fought for that baby, the way that she wanted to hold her as she's dying.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'd think that she would be the same when she woke up as a vampire, especially since all her other little quirks,
Yeah.
she points out that her core personality traits didn't change. And I was like, I wish some of those did, because she's still like, do you still love me? Do you miss me being warm? Do you miss this? Ooh, are you sure you love me? I love you more. Shut up, bitch. Ugh.
Yeah, there's a lot of the things that we heard on repeat this section. How new and exciting and amazing everything is, and sounds and smells and everything.
Mhm.
Also, the fact that she's very confused about why Jacob's still around until it's revealed why he's still around.
She's like,
Oh, it wasn't revealed. They let her figure it out.
Yeah, they didn't tell her,
she was like, Jacob, it's
which
so,
was really funny.
What's the word? It's so endearing and, brave of you to stick around for my sake.
Brave. They did say brave. Yeah.
For my sake. But you don't have to put yourself in uncomfortable positions just to make sure I'm okay. Yeah, he's not there
Yeah.
for you, bitch. He's there for your daughter.
But she didn't even go off when she found out that he imprinted. I mean, it grossed her out or whatever, but she loses it because he calls her Nessie instead. Like, that's her
No,
line.
she was immediately upset about it. She was immediately going to like maul him, but
Well, she was, but she didn't go like bananas until
yeah, she got really upset about the nickname.
yeah, and then broke Seth's arm.
Poor Seth getting caught in the crosshairs. I was like,
Mhm.
damn.
I know.
He was trying his best to help Jacob, but poor Seth. Oh.
Yeah, and then little Nessie was okay with him getting his arm broken.
I know.
Did you
Sad.
say Nessie was okay?
Yeah, she was okay with Seth getting hurt because she didn't want Jacob to get hurt.
Yeah, she was. She
Mhm.
was like, oh, my man.
Yeah.
Oh,
The other thing we
God.
heard on repeat was how strong Bella is because she's a newborn vampire. And oh my God, she could just crush everybody now.
Mm-hmm.
And Jasper has to stand everywhere that she is just in case she's
Oh my
going to
God.
fly into a rage.
His hovering. Oh, I would have lost it on him just as a human, much less as a vampire.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted, though.
He did. He really wanted her to
He was
lose
waiting
it.
for her to lose it. Yeah. And partially out of selfishness because he doesn't want to be the only one that's losing it around humans. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So he's like, why are you not? Oh.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, Rosalie couldn't take it, and
Yeah.
Esme had to leave whenever Bella had Brittany. Wow. When Bella had the birthday party, and so did Alice and everybody. So, yeah. I mean, he's not the only one.
Yeah, no,
It's just
I'm not sure.
Bella is special.
Well, kind of like Carlisle says, it's not fair to compare any of their experiences. They're all different.
Yeah.
And especially Jasper comes from a particular background where he was actually, feeding on humans for a while, as far as we understand. So,
well, plus two, I don't think we took into account why Jasper is such a fucked up mess and has trouble controlling himself whatsoever. Is he was a Confederate soldier.
He was just obviously not a good person. Yeah.
Fucked up from the beginning.
Yeah, no, I agree.
What's a dead human here and there?
Yeah, no big deal for Jasper. Right. And I mean, honestly, Emmett too. Like Emmett was Emmett's funny though, so it's okay.
But Emmett's more jolly about it.
Yeah.
I don't think he's weighed down mentally by that.
Exactly. Like, yeah. But anyways. The other thing... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, she lies about her experience, which is fucked up.
I was really surprised.
Spare Edward's feelings, because that's top of her list of priorities, other than fucking him.
I'm glad that she makes a point of saying, I'm going to have to tell Carlisle at some point not to do that to people, that the morphine was a terrible idea. But she really should just tell them.
Yeah, because isn't Edward going to find out then? Because,
yes.
I mean, he can read people's thoughts.
Yeah, yeah. I do think that Carlisle is one of the MVPs in this section. He's like super caring. And also I liked that he was understanding of everybody. I think Carlisle, I don't have any complaints about him in general.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that he lied to Charlie, but I guess everybody was involved on that. They all told Charlie that Bella was sick and that she was at the CDC. Where again? In Atlanta. In Atlanta.
Although, to be fair, that's where the CDC is located. I don't think they're...
Yes.
I mean, that's the main branch, at least.
It is where the CDC is located, but did she have to be at the CDC? No. Again, she is. Yeah. She is, for some reason. What is with the Atlanta thing? I know it's probably not even intentional at all, but it's like, do you know any other cities?
Nope.
That are not Atlanta?
Nope. Oh, and Phoenix.
Or Chicago?
But the stupidity of them saying she's at the CDC, wouldn't you call the CDC to check on your child?
They gave Charlie a fake number, but I mean, this is not before the internet. This is not before the internet. So he should have, I guess, maybe him being a boomer. I don't know. Is he a boomer?
Who knows, I guess. Yeah.
Anyway, he may not know how to use the internet.
Yeah, I think Charlie should have tried harder.
Yep. He's chief of police. He's got a secretary.
Yeah, there you go. He's got somebody can do it for him. I mean, he was looking for Jacob harder than he was trying to come see Bella.
For real.
Exactly.
For real. I mean, I'm pretty sure he has man crush on Jacob or views Jacob as more of a child than Bella. But
he imprinted on Jacob.
Oh my god.
He imprinted on Jacob. That
would be less disgusting than him and Nessie.
Think about it. If he imprinted on Jacob and Jacob imprinted on Rintin 10.
Does that mean he would have imprinted on his own granddaughter?
Ew. Well, the family dynamics in this are already fucked up, so would it be that crazy at this point? Like,
no. It's really keeping it in the family. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Now, just to briefly cover the scene where they go and like hunt for the first time, I'll skip the gory details for on Christy's behalf. However, there are some funny things in that chapter that I wanted to point out. The first is that Alice has dressed Bella in this dumbass ice blue silk dress and stilettos.
And stilettos, yeah.
Satin stilettos.
For hunting?
For hunting.
Just just as she wakes up.
For waking up. But Bella is expected to keep this silk dress perfectly pristine.
For hunting. They watch her leave to hunt and they don't say like, Alice doesn't say anything like, you should change.
She's still wearing the dress?
Yes. Yeah.
So just to clarify, obviously I did not read this chapter. So
Which she immediately rips.
Yes, she rips it. And also when she jumps off of the platform or the window, she's wearing those stilettos, I think. And then she takes them off later.
And chucks them back at
Yes, and throws them back in the window. Which, why didn't you take them off before? Because I would think it'd be much harder to land in stilettos.
Her new vampire ADHD brain didn't think about her shoes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This entire chapter is ADHD coded to an extreme.
Because she's always like, oh my God.
Pretty, oh, shiny, oh.
Another funny part about this is, so they're like running and they're looking for prey, but they accidentally, so she starts like racing Edward and he tries to stop her. And she said, my favorite quote is, she's like, I considered mutiny, because she realizes she's free and she's like, I could just go wherever. She's having this moment where she's like, oh my God, I could just keep running and he wouldn't catch me. She's like so excited about it, which I thought was honestly relatable. Like if I had all that power, yeah.
And then she finds out later that he was letting her win, which bad form, Edward, bad form.
Bad form, absolutely. But they come across a group of hunters.
Hikers.
I thought it was, okay, hikers.
They were hiking, yeah.
So she's getting lost a little bit in the hunt. She's giving into the instinct a little bit. And she turns and she growls at Edward because she feels the need to defend her prize.
And then she's like, oh my God, I growled at you.
Yeah, she's like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, Bella, it's fine. It's normal. And then she smells the hikers and she's like, I have to get out of here. And then she runs in the other direction.
What was crazy was like, he said that they almost ran to Canada.
Yeah.
And she has, what if I know them? I almost killed them. What if I could know them?
He laughs at her, by the way.
I would laugh at her too.
I'm glad she didn't kill people, but this is the moment where Edward's like, oh, she's different. She's different.
She's so mature. She's acting like a vampire that's decades old rather than a day old.
Yeah.
Hours old, not even a day. Hours.
So that's what you miss, Christy.
So just the same thing that was in the rest of the chapters, but just in a different format. Okay.
Pretty much.
Except for the fact that when they do actually hunt, they rip their clothes off. And then there's we could get it on right now.
Well, actually, it's just Bella who gets her clothes ripped, and then Edward's pristine when he's done. But because she's borderline titties out, he's like, you should put this on. And he like takes off his shirt and puts it on her. And she's like, oh, is it that bad? And then he's like, yes.
Well, it's a silk dress. I mean,
yeah. But also he complimented her because he liked what he was seeing. So it's like, at least he's not, he
liked
totally
his wife
insane.
Naked. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm just saying at least Edward was actually making sense for once. Like you saw some titties and you complimented her. Thank God. It wasn't like a Bella, cover up. Jesus Christ. It was more like, you look beautiful. I like the changes to your dress. However, going back inside,
I don't want other people to like the change in scenery.
Right. So a couple things we should talk about in terms of our beloved new baby Cullen. So many names we could call her. Radiation poisoning, Rumpelstiltskin, whatever you want to call her.
Raggedy Ann.
Renesmee, close enough. So we know some things for certain at this point in the books. She is warm-blooded. Her heart beats faster than normal. She is extremely warm, like Jacob is. She does sleep. She has brown eyes like Bella, but she has bronze-colored hair like Edward's.
And curly like Charlie.
Yes, apparently it's curly hair. She prefers to drink blood, but it is implied she can have human food, but she doesn't seem to like it as much.
She doesn't like it. She's like, that baby formula is disgusting. And no.
That could be just the baby formula.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like,
give her some meat.
Yeah.
Some bloody meat. She'll She'll probably love that.
Exactly. Get her some filet mignon, she'll eat
Or-
that up.
Better yet, give her eggs, because that's what she seems to crave.
True. She also seems to have seemingly impenetrable skin like vampires, though nobody has tested that. She does not speak yet, but she communicates with her gift, which is when she touches you, she can show you either a thought or a memory that hasn't been
Which,
confirmed.
again, does not make any sense on why it works
Mm-mm.
for Bella. Why does it work for Bella?
We don't know yet, but that could be explained later based whenever we find out Bella's gift.
I still don't think it makes any sense, even though I know.
Okay, here's my theory. If we don't want to take the theory that it's because Bella is willingly letting her guard down, which makes sense because if she was, then Edward would be able to hear her thoughts. My theory is that it's because Renesmee what literally came from her body, and therefore she just has access.
So a parasite until the end?
Yeah.
All
guess so.
access all the time?
Yeah, I mean, that's what children are, right? Said the only one of us that wants children. But the last few things are she's growing extremely fast, and she already looks almost like a toddler, and she's uncannily strong. So, thoughts on the quote-unquote monstrosity that is Renesmee Cullen?
Ew. That's my main thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine if your baby was born with a full set of teeth?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so did y'all ever watch Juno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the scene where they have fingernails. No, that freaks me out.
They do. They have
And-
little tiny baby fingernails.
And I mean, I think babies are adorable. The whole process, again, of pregnancy scares the shit out of me. And I mean, I have nothing against babies. Nothing. But just to have a baby born with all their teeth, a full set of hair, and a brain that is better than mine. I'm sorry. It's just that baby
Yeah.
has to be traumatized.
Yeah. The fact that there was no learning or anything. And yes, she's able to speak. She's able to communicate in a in a language that should be something she hasn't even learned yet. I don't know. It didn't make sense.
But no, she's born with the intellectual capacity of a full-grown vampire.
Capacity, but it's like
Is she?
it's like a gaming system that's been preloaded with all the games. Like, where did the games come from?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can have top-notch gaming system, but it still doesn't know the games unless you put the game in.
I mean, I get that, but at the same time, we have Bella who's just now waking up to being a vampire, and yet she can calculate physics to calculate a perfect fall and, you know, land properly,
Yeah,
which
true.
I'm sorry, she did not know how to do that before. She can't.
Yeah.
She didn't know how to calculate the wind and adjust, and, you know, that's something you learn over time, and yet she automatically is preloaded with all this information.
Yeah. Some of it is super confusing, and I do not understand at all. She also thinks, Bella says at some point that she thinks she has more of a capacity to love Edward now because she is able to experience it so fully. And I'm just like, okay, I guess.
On that note,
I feel like she went over the edge. Like, they're no longer vampires. They're these perfect angel creatures to her
Yeah.
that would be all-knowing and all-seeing.
oh yeah. And on that note, what killed me about her waking up and seeing Edward and then like kissing for the first time, she was like, you've been holding out on me. And I was like, girl, you knew that from the beginning. He hasn't even been able to kiss you properly.
Yeah.
He had to keep his
Yeah.
mouth shut.
Yeah.
And you
Like,
thought
we
that
knew
was
that.
the epitome of like romance.
I had to laugh in that moment because it reminded me about our discussion about how they really are not kissing, how they're just like shoving faces at each other.
And to the point that even her eyes have venom in it, I feel like
Yeah.
he could not have even went at
Yeah,
her.
that's what I'm saying. That's why there's a lot of scenes in these books that I'm like, okay, that shouldn't have been possible.
Yeah.
Another thing is that as soon as she gets back from the hunt, she has to confront Jacob because Jacob is so scared that she's gonna hurt the baby, and she's just like, hey, what's going on? She assumes that this is a test that Edward made up or someone else. No, Jacob is the one that was like, do not let her near the child until I know for a fact.
Like it's his choice.
Yeah.
Right.
I wish she would have thrown him around a little bit.
Me too. Yeah.
The way that he would not let her go when Bella was trying to hold her. If I were Raggedy Ann, I would have turned around and would have been like, look, bitch, come on. I'm meeting my mom for the first time. Can you just give me some space?
Yeah.
It's not until she realizes that Jacob's hovering that she's like, oh, you didn't. She's just like, no.
Some moronic Wolfie claim? She's mine.
The moronic Wolfie claim thing is hilarious, but something about saying she's mine is weird to me. I don't know. I get it, but also I don't. Like, you can't have her. She's mine.
I think she's the collectible from Edward.
Oh, no. Oh, no. It is low-key like that.
She's like the cereal prize. Yeah.
Yeah. Brittany's lost it.
The cereal prize. The toy inside the box.
Uh-huh.
I love how much Brittany loved that. Oh my god.
Sorry.
She's lost it.
It's just like the toy inside the wrong box. But, Yeah.
In the box.
he put the toy inside the box.
I just realized that you could. Oh my god. I'm so dense. Oh my god. That's really funny. Oh, that's funnier than I thought it was. Oh my god. I also thought the scene where she gets really mad and attacks Jacob is funnier in the books than in the movie.
Oh, it's over dramatic in the movie.
Well, I mean, it's over dramatic in the books, but I also really enjoyed it. I just love that she's like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like the problem in the movie is Kirsten Stewart's acting. I'm so sorry, Kirsten Stewart. I love you. But she just, in the movie, she has to be like Bella, but also very angry. And Bella's character doesn't translate well. Like, her normal self doesn't translate well for anger. So it's like, it just feels forced in the movie. But
it does.
In the book, I don't have that to look at, so it's better for me. But as we discussed, poor Seth gets stuck in the crossfires. I did want to address that before we talked about if a werewolf would be able to turn into a vampire, and it seems like in this section that they cannot.
Yeah, they said it's poisonous to werewolves, and I was like, it's called venom. I think it's poisonous to everybody.
Yeah, it's just one might kill you. No, it's like that for all of them.
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
You just may not turn.
Yeah, one you could turn and one you cannot. So like werewolves definitely can't turn, but humans have the possibility of turning, I guess.
Yeah. And we do also learn about Raggedy Ann that she is not venomous.
Right.
Which is another case of females being lacking in this as compared to their male counterparts. I know we kind of sort of talked about this before, but vampire men can procreate. Half vampire male children can change others into vampires. And yet women can't do either.
Right.
You know what's funny? In DNA, usually genes, like special genes, are attached to the X chromosome, not the Y one.
I mean, it is interesting because she can't turn someone, but she can have a baby. Because if the idea is that Jacob imprints on her because of the ability to have a baby, it's like she's still doing what is perceived for Stephanie Meyer as being an important thing for a woman to do. Because keep in mind our last week's conversation on Leah, that that was sticking in my head for a while. I was thinking about Leah and how she felt like she was, useless as a woman. I could not stop thinking about that. It just stuck in my brain. And of course, perfect little rotisserie chicken here, she can fucking pop out a baby at some point. Even though she's supposed to be some weird kind of, half-breed, I guess.
I'm never going to look at rotisserie chicken the same. We have one in our fridge right now.
Listen, I'm just saying it is kind of weird that typically when you have a creature that is a mix of two, like a liger, for example, typically the idea is they can't have children or they can't procreate.
Like a mule.
And that's,
if you want to get a real life example.
I'm not saying I want that for anybody. I'm just saying it would have made more sense for Renesmee to not be able to procreate. But of course she can, because Jacob needs to have his happy ending, and happy ending for Jacob means that he can have babies.
Okay.
I know the happy ending thing.
His fairy tale ending, his HEA.
I haven't learned my lesson at all.
And Travis was actually listening while I was doing the podcast when that came on. And he was like, does she not know what happy endings are?
Listen. I don't know why I haven't just... That also does mean fairy tale ending, okay?
Happily ever after.
Yeah. Happily ever after.
Oh, but okay. So one of her personality traits that she doesn't lose is at the end of this day, after holding Renesmee all day and her falling to sleep, everybody comes back after going after Jasper.
Yeah.
Because he ran off all, temper tantrum, moody, whatever ish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually Bella's birthday.
Yeah.
And she has a hissy fit about it. Again.
And Alice is a bitch about it again.
Well, it's like
I would have had the same reaction. Like, girl,
we bought you a house. Can you be a little thankful? But I mean, I don't know. It's like, didn't you do all of this so that you could enjoy your birthday? Because it's all over. You turn into a vampire.
You didn't.
Yeah. Everything is done.
You didn't age anymore. You're still technically 18.
Yes.
Even though you're 3 days away from 19, you might as well be 19. Does not make that big of a difference.
It really doesn't.
Mm-mm.
And yet she is like, no, it's not my birthday. I stopped aging days ago. So, yeah, I'm still 18. And my 17-year-old husband, she literally has the thought, my 17-year-old husband.
Which is problematic, by the way.
And now, if in some states, you need your parents' permission to marry your 17-year-old husband.
Okay, back to
the house. The house.
Yeah, so they bought him this absolutely beautiful sounding cottage in the movies. It's stunning.
Yeah.
It sounded like it was just on their property that they just renovated.
Yeah.
It might have been. I thought it was a little bit farther than that, but it could have been. But Esme gets her opportunity to redecorate and renovate it because that's the thing that Esme does. Did anyone notice that every time Esme was mentioned in this section, she barely gets to speak? Someone will be like, ask Esme about it, and then people will talk over her?
Yeah, and then they were like, oh, this is technically, it's Esme's gift, but she's not going to actually really...
But she's not here.
Yeah.
And
I thought that was weird.
Yeah. I mean, she is not a big part of this series, honestly.
No,
hell,
she's not.
In the first movie, the actress wasn't even there, and they just pretended like she was.
Yeah. I always thought that was interesting. I was like, she doesn't have any lines. Why include her?
She seems inconsequential as a mother.
Yeah, which I think Stephanie Meyer would have a fit if somebody told her that.
Oh, yeah. No, Esme's an important character. She plays a big role.
She's big in Edward's life.
Yeah. No, she hardly ever shows up. It's Esme's island. I think that's her biggest role.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention that. The feud between Sam and Jacob's pack has been somewhat resolved because he imprints on Nessie.
Yes, because to kill somebody's imprinted object, whatever, however they say it, the object of their imprinting, which object, would hurt the wolf too much, and that would be bad for the pack. But also...
And they would have to fight to the death, also.
Yeah, but also, like, Jacob's not part of the pack anymore, so,
Yeah.
I think also they would kill each other, so...
Oh, I think Jacob would probably kill Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just really convenient.
Yeah, super convenient.
Yeah. But back to this house.
Mm-hmm.
This cottage in the woods, speaking of fairy tale endings.
Yeah, with the giant closet.
Not the giant closet, but the cottage would be my happy ending.
Honestly, same.
Yeah. In the woods, surrounded by nobody, like just never have to eat any. Well, I mean, I would love to eat. That's one of the things I don't like about.
Yeah, I was gonna say
these vampires is the fact that they can't experience food.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking about earlier? They don't shower or anything, but physically it would be impossible for them to not be dirty at some point. So, like, are they all just fucking nasty?
I mean, it
covered
could be
in dirt.
It could
grime.
Be, but I think I remember somebody saying that their body chemistry burns away dirt or something like that. I don't know.
Honestly, that sounds
I don't think so.
Clearly, Bella was covered in blood after that.
Yeah, but look, keep in mind what they are though, like what their body is like. So a little Windex, a little rag, and they're good as new. So I think, just like with a statue or something.
That's funny.
Windex cures everything. Remember, what is it? My Big Fat Greek Wedding? Windex cures everything.
Oh my God. So good.
Oh gosh.
But I mean, Bella was covered in blood and she just immediately went and held her child and didn't take a shower, or I assume she was covered in blood if she got just all ripped apart and stuff. Not her blood, obviously, but
I guess you don't have to shave either, though.
That would be nice.
No, you don't grow hair.
That would be nice. What if you died with hairy legs?
That's what I was about to ask. Can you pluck those out or shave them off?
Because back then they didn't do it. Back then, Esme's time didn't do it.
Body hair is not the end of the world, but that would be a pain. Yeah. I would want to be shaved.
I would want to be shaved too. Like,
I don't know. Maybe Stephenie Meyer's idea of perfect would be no body hair. You never know. It does sound like her.
Yeah, but then they wouldn't have any hair on their head.
Well,
okay. So there is this vampire series that I read where they're born vampires and they are born hairless, except for the hair on top of their head and their eyebrows. And there's this one human that
how convenient.
Yeah. He's half vampire. So he is they do this ritual to make him transform into a full vampire. And he's in the shower and all his body hair just falls off.
Oh my God.
It could be like that.
I'm not going to lie. I would like that. That would be great.
Yeah. That would be really nice to have.
Yeah. I like that idea.
Although some people don't mind their body hair. I personally hate my body hair. But
me too.
Some people don't mind. But yeah, they get to the cottage and they're all over each other. They literally fuck all night. And then she's like, I don't want to stop.
I have questions.
What are your questions, Brittany?
So I'm assuming we're thinking they're still doing it missionary.
I'm assuming Edward would only ever. However, I feel like Bella is pretty feral right now. So I'm going to assume she's trying.
She's strong enough to, maybe like.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's holding him down.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Yes!
I'm pretty sure he's like a doll at this point.
Riding him hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Save Edward Cullen.
I don't think there's a whole lot of consent on Edward's part. She's
I don't
like
know, he
holding
was-
his legs apart. Like,
I don't know. He was pretty into it in comparison to the previous time.
Yeah. Okay. So, but like, wouldn't that get boring? And I know I've brought that up before, but she's like talking about doing it 24/7 for the rest of their life. And they think that missionary, do you think that eventually he might ever want to try a new position?
Yeah. I think now that, she's not breakable, he'll want to mess around probably.
yeah.
Apparently it's a vampire thing to be horny as hell because Emmett and Rosalie fucked for 10 years before they were finally kicked out.
Well, if I remember correctly, at one point Edward says that he kept busy all night, every night, not just because he was bored, but because
Yeah.
everybody was so busy fucking, he
Yes.
had to do stuff to keep it out of his head.
Yes. Is that everyone
Although
was
10
busy.
years is kind of a short span of time for a vampire. That's more of like a typical marriage, isn't it?
I guess, sure. I don't know. I mean,
But I mean,
he was saying it was 10 years before they became insufferable to everyone.
it was 10 years of them like fucking constantly.
Yes.
And
And
them not
as
really
much as
doing
possible.
anything else. And it
Yeah.
was, they calmed down after 10 years.
Clank, 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 clank all night from every direction. Every direction, poor Edward.
I know, like he's got Carlisle and Esme, Atlas and Jasper,
Yep.
and Rosalie, and he's got to listen to that all night, every night. No wonder he spent it in Bella's bedroom,
Yeah, I would too, personally.
miles away.
Yeah.
But
he was probably like, thank God I have something to do.
How did he not use the cottage before?
I mean,
See, this is what I meant by
they said it was run down and that they
Yeah.
had to fix it up.
Yeah.
But maybe he just liked what he heard. He was like, yeah, sure, I can listen to this.
There's what is her name? Sarah Gallagher. She says that she headcanons that when Edward needs to get away, he just goes and sits on the ocean floor. I don't know why, but that always seemed funny to me. They don't have to breathe, so they could just be anywhere. And
Yeah, but like Brittany pointed out, he is a corpse, so maybe he liked the fish nibbles.
oh yeah, the fish nibbles. Oh my God.
The other
So
burning
funny.
question I've had since book one is, okay, if they ever go down on each other, mainly if the girls go down on the guys, are they spitting or swallowing? Because
Bella is not swallowing.
wouldn't the semen would stay in their stomach forever and just like swim around? Because
Oh, you're talking about if the girls are spitting or swallowing.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's not like they have,
Okay.
to
To be fair, I don't think if they were not to spit, I think that Bella's body will absorb it because it's probably venom based. So I don't think that's crazy. But do I think that Bella would ever swallow? No, I do not. I think she would spit it out.
Really? I don't know. I think she'd suck in anything of Edward's.
I was like, she's like, oh, this is a part of
Oh my
Edward.
God.
I'm totally digesting it.
She'd be like, this is like the best ejaculation ever. Like, this is just sparkles and sunshine.
I think
Give me more.
that she would think that, but that she wouldn't want to do it in front of Edward because that would be like, like unladylike or something.
What if he was so busy experiencing the pleasure that he had his eyes closed? So she just did it.
Imagine
You know, I imagine her like sucking so hard, trying to get it in her mouth and into her stomach that he like can't get away and he's like backing up and she is like being dragged across the room
oh my God.
on his weenie,
Oh my God.
sucking as hard as she can.
Oh God.
She's like swallowing.
Yeah.
Swallowing.
I
Yeah.
imagined him being like, it's okay, honey. You don't have to swallow. And then he's like, I understand it's gross. And then she's like, no. And then she swallows anyway. And he's like horrified.
Yeah.
So, question asked and answered. Thank you, Brittany.
But no, it's just that question had been haunting me ever since we talked about the tear in Edward's stomach. I was like,
Oh my
"Ugh."
Why did he do that?
And is it still there?
You know what's haunting me? that when they were getting dressed the morning after their cottage visit, she says that I could have sworn there was nothing more beautiful than Edward in his khakis and beige pullover.
Oh my God, I wrote that down too. I was like, I'm picturing my dad going to a Wednesday night church service.
Same. Girl, you're able to see a whole different spectrum of colors now, and you want him to be in a beige pullover?
And khakis.
And khakis.
And bronze hair.
Tan, and tan.
He's one color.
Beige, beige, and beige.
One color.
I just don't, is this a reference? No, I'm going too far with this. I'm in conspiracy territory, but did you know that the temple that you have to go to for being inducted into the Mormon faith is when you're like officially brought to temple is they make you wear like all white. Did you know that? You have to put on like these weird garments and
It's like baptism or something.
yeah.
I mean,
And they dunk you underwater.
They do give us a white robe to wear.
Do you think that's why the Cullens household is all white? It's like the temple.
It could be.
I'm in conspiracy mode, but
It could be, but honestly, I just think that they don't have taste.
either one.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the case for the beige pullover.
There's nothing wrong with a white house that is for sale. And if you want to keep your house white and whatever, that's a choice. But
It's a choice. I like color personally. I like, switch it up a little bit.
yeah. Yeah.
And an all white home to me sounds like stepping into a hospital.
Same. And I just this could just be me, but I fought with my parents when they were redoing their house. I was like, white just sounds so dirty to me.
Yeah, I would walk in there and immediately drop some shit on the carpet. I would be a mess in a white home.
Same.
Well, they get dressed so that they can go see Renesmee, her daughter, who I'm still confused as to why she left her.
Ooh, sorry. Real quick, something that we didn't talk about in the first episode of Breaking Dawn
What's that?
that kind of occurred to me several days after our recording. Bella lost her virginity on Esme's Island.
Right.
Don't girls normally bleed when they lose
Depends.
their virginity? I know that not all girls do, but
Yeah, it depends.
I would think that would be something major for Stephenie Meyer, though. And it's never mentioned. The blood is never mentioned at all whatsoever. And I'm
That's a good
just
point.
like, did Edward like lap it up?
Hell no, he didn't. And now, Brittany, that's just foul.
Even for me.
It's not even on the bed.
Well, then it's
Where did it go?
No matter how much lapping up he did, he wouldn't be able to suck that out of the sheets.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Brittany started it.
My
I mean-
headcanon is that Bella was so horny, she did not bleed.
Or maybe it's on part of like ripped feathers or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's just, I was
Or
like,
maybe she had some of that pre-sex that y'all were talking about.
Reese? Oh my God.
And
The soaking
yeah.
and the jump humping.
So perhaps there was already some like actual penetration and
Oh
then
my God.
so there you
But-
go.
Edward
Yeah.
would never.
I thought it was weird.
No, not with him, with somebody else.
Oh no.
With a
That'd be-
human.
That'd be wild.
She said that Edward was her first kiss.
Maybe they didn't kiss.
They just went right into like, let's lay in bed naked and soak.
Maybe they didn't kiss.
Anyway, I was just like, for Stephenie Meyer, that like virginity is very important, and the signs of virginity I think they would be important to her, and I'm just surprised that they were never mentioned.
I could see why you'd say that. I think she just really didn't want to write. She didn't want to write the sex scene. I think it had to be magical. It had to be fairy tale. I think also that part of it is kind of taboo, probably for Stephenie Meyer.
Also, he was a vampire with her blood freshly there. I'm just saying.
He's ignored it before. I think he would be fine, but I do understand why that would come to your mind, and I didn't even think about it.
And also, I agree. Ew.
Yeah. The last thing is they get back to the house, and Jacob has left, And we find out that's because he decided that he was going to tell Charlie, sort of, what's going on.
That
As a favor to Bella.
is the most selfish thing he has done this book, I think. Actually, not even this book. I would almost say this whole series. Most selfish thing.
Yeah, he found out.
And the dumbest.
I mean, it worked, but it was dumb.
It was.
It worked because Charlie's a moron.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
have someone that you said is your long lost, dead brother's child that just happens to be named after your mom and your husband's mom.
And looks like Edward and Bella. Looks just like them.
Yeah.
But not only that, the selfish, other than Charlie is dumb. He was very much like, I don't need to know.
Yeah.
Which, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but I always
That's
need to
shitty.
know.
Brittany's like, cannot relate.
My curiosity would have killed me.
Same.
But the thing that got me was, okay, yeah, she managed to run away from these hikers, and she managed to not eat her daughter and not eat Jacob, who she says reeks. And yet you're going to bring in a human, and after just a day of her being a vampire?
Yeah, not bright.
No.
And it's because he heard them discussing possibly going to New Hampshire, and he was like, oh, that's too far.
Which they're going to leave at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they not allowed? Like Christy pointed this out, I think, in the notes. But are they not allowed to ever leave without Jacob?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
that-
basically stuck with them now forever.
That
That
child?
would be frustrating. Forever, they get no privacy. They can't go on vacation. No, that's stupid.
What if
Well, I
Bella
think-
really did want to go to college?
I do think that it's going to be that what happens is Renesmee grows up really, really fast, and then she does her own thing, and Bella doesn't seem that interested in her even now, so it's like she'll just go off and do her own thing, and then Jacob will be with her.
Yeah, but doesn't it feel like that Renesmee is just a vehicle for something else? Something that Stephenie Meyer really didn't want to mess with, because she is making her grow up so fast that she becomes irrelevant as a character, and she can just kind of send her off and it doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
There's not really any storyline built into it, that it just, I don't know, it just felt really kind of like, why even bother having her pregnant? Why would you not build the story around some other, like Alice, build it around Alice, that they were coming after her, and then you could have still had the same fight.
I really do think it's because Bella has to have her fairy tale ending where she gets married and she has a baby, and it doesn't matter anything about the baby. What matters is that she is a parent now, and that
the baby doesn't matter. The baby's childhood doesn't matter.
Right.
Just the fact that she can claim the title of mother.
As being a mother.
Biological mother, not just I adopted.
And now Jacob's problems are fixed because he magically has an answer to his issue, which is the fact that he was very attached to Bella and now mysteriously is not, because the whole time he was actually attached to the egg that was inside of her.
Which also begs the question.
But you shed that every cycle.
I know, isn't that insane? But something inside her.
You shed your uterine line and you keep your eggs.
It sheds like those.
I mean, you lose an egg every month.
Right. That's what I'm saying, though. But she was with him for longer than a year. So
apparently it was that one egg.
There was something inside her.
They just held on.
Okay, just because I said egg doesn't mean it's actually the egg, guys.
No, I mean,
that was just whatever it is that was inside her.
Seriously, though, it does beg the question of why Jacob wasn't attracted to Edward.
Oh my gosh.
Because he had the other half to the baby. He had the semen half stuck in there. So yeah, he should have been super attracted to Edward. That's a very good point.
Oh my God. But yeah, I do think that this baby is just like you said, a vehicle to wrap up some of the open ends and give Bella
her
motherhood.
Yeah.
Her to-do list is checked off.
Yeah. And I mean, once I, when I told you guys about the things that Mormons value, that wasn't something that I had looked for. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't looking to find an answer for the Twilight stuff. I was talking to my friend John about it, and I was like, yeah, this is what happens in the books. And I know you've never read it, but you know of the books because he's an ex-Mormon. And he was like, yeah. Oh my God, that's what happens? And I was like, yeah, this is the story. And he was like, he's like, oh, so you're telling me that the things that are important to them are marriage, immortality, having a child, stuff like that. And he was like, that sounds a lot like this, which is the tenets of life after death or whatever. Anyway.
Back to what Jacob did. I wonder how Billy and the tribe were going to feel about him just randomly turning into a wolf in front of this human.
Since he's the alpha now, I'm sure he's going to say like, oh, it doesn't matter because I'm the true alpha and I can make that decision on my own.
Yeah.
I'm sure that is problematic.
Yeah. And it's not even ever addressed, I don't believe. Not ever. Just kind of like, yay, I got to turn into a wolf in front of this human. And in the beginning, he wasn't even allowed to tell Bella, much less turn into a wolf in front of her.
Yeah.
Well, plus, why turn? Because it's not like they're going to tell her or tell him about being vampires. So why even? They still.
I guess to prove the point.
If somebody came up to me and said, by the way, guys, I'm a werewolf, I would be like, that's cute. I'd need to see it. As much as I would love for it to be real, but I'd need to see it, yeah, to believe.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a little over 200 pages. What?
I just got notified that Why We Love and Hate Twilight is ready for my hold pickup.
Oh, nice. Nice. We have a little over 200 pages left, and I'm thinking to myself, that is all hopefully stuff about the Volturi, because this whole section I was like, okay, where's the action?
Yeah.
What's going to happen next? I cannot believe how many chapters in this book are so little happening.
Uh-huh.
Boring.
Yes.
This is the fourth book.
There's not even character growth. It's just
Yeah.
Woo! I'm a vampire now.
And it's such a big book, too.
It is a huge book to have so little happening in those few chapters.
She could have edited.
Yes. Show, don't tell.
Yes. 100%. I get it. I really understand a lot of it was us trying to understand how different everything is. But holy shit. Holy shit. Something could have been edited, I feel.
Yes, absolutely. We end this section with Charlie, like, he came over, had his little revelation, was like, don't lie to me. And then he's like, oh, you're watching the football game? Let's watch.
Oh, he's a himbo through and through. Edward was like, yeah, we adopted this niece of mine. And Charlie's like, all your family is dead, I thought. And he's like, well, my brother survived, and turns out now he is dead, and we have his child.
That's named after my mom.
And that looks like me.
Yeah, my adopted mom.
Yeah.
My adopted mom. I didn't even know where my brother was because he got adopted by somebody else. But this child is named after my adopted mom and my wife's mom. But, and she has your daughter's eyes.
Yeah.
But totally my niece. Totally.
Like Jacob says, just don't ask any questions and everything will be fine. And then Charlie's like, what the fuck?
He's like, I don't need to know the truth. Just quit lying to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's such a crazy addition, because if you're gonna even include Charlie in this, it has to be a little more realistic than that.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? I just can't. I'm glad that Charlie has been sort of let off the hook a little bit, but like, damn.
I will say, I loved that he was like, you're going to make me a grandpa? And Edward's like, well, Carlisle's a grandpa. And he was like, oh, that makes me feel better.
He was like, that's true. You're right. Also, could I just say, Emmett, when he decides he's going to distract Carlisle, he's like, go Gators. And I was like, this is Washington State. The Gators?
Voting for Florida? Are you kidding me? I don't watch football that often, especially college football, but
yeah,
I feel offended on behalf of UGA fans
Listen,
to root for Florida.
I can't talk. I already went to an enemy of the state. I went to grad school at UT. Okay. The second that I came back to Georgia, someone said to me, "You can't wear that here." And I was like, "You're so right. My bad." Oh, but I read that and I was like, is Stephanie Meyer secretly a Southern woman with all this mention of Atlanta and Gators and what's going on?
If she was a fan of Atlanta, she would not have mentioned the Gators. She would Bulldogs. Let's go.
Yeah, I just thought that was really funny. She must really hate Georgia, huh?
She does.
God damn, that's good because we hate her back. It's fine. Oh my gosh.
But also Emmett with his little like, well, somebody should score.
Oh my God, he was really teasing her because he was like, you didn't completely obliterate the house? That's not doing enough work.
Yeah, somebody should get some. Apparently, Edward and Bella don't have anything better to do at night.
What were you doing? Discussing the taxes? Anyways, he was such a highlight.
Yeah, he's my type of man.
I know, right?
And by that, I mean, like, I would like to have him as a friend. I don't know if I would want to date him, but I love the teasing.
I would. I love a himbo, okay? But anyway, some of the other highlights for me was Bella just being really funny when she was angry. I love the part when she was holding Renesmee and Jacob was like, "Give her to me," and she's like, "I'm actually holding her so that my hands aren't free to kill you, Jacob."
Yeah,
so like, maybe later. Stuff like that really got me. I loved that. We didn't get a bunch of other characters in this section. Like, I would have loved more Seth or Alice or something, but
yeah.
Any other highlights we wanted to discuss before we finish this up?
I did want to say poor kitty.
Oh, the cat that they killed. I know.
Did not love that.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Siobhan, Carlisle mentions a vampire named Siobhan, and they have the potential gift of manifesting.
Yes. Great gift.
Want that.
She just says she wants something and then it eventually happens.
Yeah. Can I please?
Maybe she's allowed to have it because she thinks she doesn't have it. Mm-mm. Because she doesn't believe that it's a manifesting gift.
I would be manifesting shit every day.
Anybody who harms an animal dies.
Die immediately.
Yes, anybody who hurts an animal, they need to die and they need to suffer doing it. And our podcast needs to make lots of money, and so that we can quit all of our jobs and, whatever.
May the podcast reach people.
No, what I was thinking more along the lines is like 99.999% of people would be gone.
Oh my God.
And then we could just go to all the banks and stuff and take whatever we wanted, like money or stuff. Like at that point, we wouldn't need jobs because everything would be ours.
There you go.
Yeah.
See?
Just all the things that we could manifest.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll end it there. We hope that everyone will join us for next week, manifesting that. We will be discussing Breaking Dawn, chapters 26 through 33. New episodes drop each week, and don't forget to check out last season's discussion on the Empyrean series, available now.
Please remember to like, subscribe, and follow us on social media. That like and follow are super important for us to continue to bring you new episodes each week, so please, please, please do so. You can also support us by joining us on Patreon. Thank you for listening to the Midnight Readers podcast. We'll see you next week.
Happy reading, listeners. Don't stay up too late.